Okay, so here's the challenge. I want to make Halo Infinite in 48 hours with no assets, no templates, just me and $1 billion program. How hard could it be? Well, why can't you just code your own engine? Cause I'm dumb and stupid. Also, I really want to try out Unreal Engine's new lighting system, Lumen. Now to get started, all I have to do is start making assets. So for the Magnum, I actually used Halo Reach as a reference image and pulled the vertices around until I got something that was close. From there, I just took the reference image and literally just stuck it onto the pistol like a fucking sticker. I probably spent too much time on this Magnum in hindsight because it's the best looking model out of any of the assets in this game. Okay, let's slap it into the engine and fuck. Okay, not bad, looks great. Definitely didn't take me multiple attempts to get it in. Now we can move on to the animations, which honestly is my favorite part with any game. I gave it a basic slide back animation and it was a bit confusing because Blender is a dusty piece of fucking shit. But I slapped that onto the first person capsule and wowee, that's not bad, it looks kind of good. Now this is pretty cool, but we don't want it floating in the air. So I got to work making this nightmare. I never realized how tricky it is to build armor for a character or even making these hands. They look more like sausages. I am so hungry. But I managed to find a really good tutorial about modeling hands, which I was able to produce something that's at least passing. I rigged it up with Mixamo. Because their auto rigger is amazing. I animated my own firing animation because it's sick. I also made a punching animation so I can beat my wife. Okay, so now we can add enemies. I got a bit lazy, I'm not gonna lie, and I almost added a pre-made asset. I know, terrible, why would I ever do that? But I actually encountered a lot of issues with the pre-made asset, so I guess that was the universe telling me to just make it myself. And by make it myself, I mean copy what he already made. I'm not gonna lie, at first this was not looking good and I really had my doubts and I thought I was just gonna have to find a pre-made asset, but it actually turned out really well once I started sculpting it. Now the only problem with this is that it's a very high poly sculpture, like 3 million polygon model. Will you just use Unreal Engine 5, then shut up! That was my first consideration, but upon further thinking I realized, hey, wait a minute. I can just use this free software called Instant Meshes. Oh, you've never heard of Instant Meshes? It's this amazing free tool that just takes your high poly models and crushes it down to a dust. It turns your 3 million polygon model into something like 1K with very nice topology and ready to use in any game engine. Wow! After utilizing that, I was able to put it in Mixamo because I got lazy and added some animation. Make an enemy AI that roams around, shoots the player, and even has a little idle animation. Aww. And now we can start working on the main playable level, also known as level design. Now this can be either the most fun I have on a project, or the most grueling, boring, unforgiving dog shit. For the landscape, I'm actually using an auto landscape generator that gets the height data and translates it into a texture image. I don't even know what I just said right there. Basically, grass look like grass, rock look like rock, mountain look like mountain. It's pretty simple. And then from there, I was able to populate the scene with some grass and trees that I found on the marketplace. Hey, whoa, okay, listen, I was running out of time, okay? Cut me some fucking slack. Also, could you imagine if I made my own trees? They would look like fucking cones. But I did model Installation 4 from Halo, which in my opinion looks really good and not bad for a dumb stinky gamer like me. I added the installation into the game and realized, wait a minute, this is Halo and we don't have a fucking Halo. So I modeled a Halo, and modeling a Halo is probably the easiest experiences in my life. You literally just make for the terrain, I actually use procedural generation, which is just a fancy word for I'm lazy as fuck and I'll let the computer do it. Which in my opinion always turns out better anyway, because you get these nice happy accidents for really cool cinematic shots, and it also just feels like nature is taking its course. I also tried adding water and it broke my computer twice. Alright, side note, this entire map that I worked on literally got revamped, so nothing was even final for this, but whatever. But now we have an amazing map, cool gun, and enemies to shoot. Now we just need to drive around in a warthog. So I downloaded this template. Alright, so it turns out the template was really old from like 2016 and kept crashing because it had faulty code. Which really sucks because I really wanted to add a warthog and I didn't get to add it into the project. Psych, you think I'm stopping there? Are you fucking insane? I'm a genius! I used UE5's Chaos Vehicles plugin, slapped a fucking model. Okay, I'm bored, let's add a sniper. I modeled this the same way I modeled the pistol, and I just stuck a Google image on there, and it kinda looks like garbage, but in a cool way, you know? I also added some animations. For it, which is super easy considering I already had the rig for it. And I wish I could say I had problems with the sniper, but it was pretty frictionless. Now the only problem now is that we don't have any indicators of what we're shooting at. So I quickly went into Photoshop, made some sights for the Magnum and the sniper. I made two variations, scoped in and scoped out. I also made it so that when you look at an enemy, your indicator turns red, because I thought that was cool. So at this point I realized, damn, I haven't made really anything that resembles Halo Infinity. Infinity? What the fuck? Infinity Gauntlet? So at this point I realized, damn, I haven't made anything that resembles Halo Infinite. This is pretty much just Halo, but bad. So with very limited time left, I decided I was going to make a grappling hook, because that seemed like it was a main feature of the new game. I started with a swing animation, but it felt like you were playing as Spider-Man, so I quickly ditched that. I resorted to a more shoot at something and pull the character in, which is very straightforward, and there's not a lot to it. I wish I could say that there was more for this, but that's it. There's the cable, it shoots, and you get pulled in. Okay. The actual difficult part for this was meshing it with the pistol and sniper, because when you rotate weapons, sometimes you get some glitchiness and it fucks everything up. I don't know. It's dumb. I could probably go on and on about all the code and fucky shit I had to deal with while making this, but I guess I'll spare you. Just kidding, nerd. Check out this sick weapon stay and line trace detection that triggered. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I put a lot of work into this one. It was a lot of fun making, and I learned so much. The game is free to play on itch.io. Don't hesitate to play it or even make a video about it. But if you take anything away from this video, just know that my shitty 48-hour game can do something that $1 million company and 7 years of development could never do. Okay, bye!